I still have like 3 more bites of sandwich, so you will have to deal with that at some point, okay? So, a couple of things before we start. One, this is gonna be like our other Sherlock games. I was gonna say, and also Skyrim, but I've already done 2 other Sherlocks, so that should be big enough of a understanding for you to understand what's happening here. So Bailey will be watching. However, this game apparently doesn't let me do it in windowed mode, and so when I'm trying to share my screen to Discord, since it's full screen, Discord won't accept that it exists. So she is currently watching via a just the window share, so she can't hear shit. Sadly. But she does have her subtitles and stuff. I do have a cat who's slowly trying to eat my sandwich. He heard me open the wrapper and he was like, ooh, I'm excited. I decided to go with this aim because I don't think I'm going to be having the fun little holding of the pipe icon while we're in the game. So I figured this one was kind of fun. Because otherwise it was just nothing before. Unless nothing means the fun holding of the pipe icon, but I don't think it does. So here is our interesting little Cthulhu background.
We're going to be playing Cthulhu today.
We're going to be playing
Comic-Con while we're here.
The Mystery of Cthulhu.
Let's not read the Necronomicon today.
I don't know. Could be fun. Oh yes, and as a side note, Bailey knows the lore to many random Sherlock things, and so she may or may not end up knowing the story to this one as well as the last one.
I have no idea what this is about. So
okay, cool. So both of us can be in the dark. Good.
As of right now, I just know it's about Cthulhu.
Alright. So, I have no idea how laggy this is going to be, which is the main reason why I have the browser version open as well. I have all of the graphics set to low, and shadows on. Because I could turn the shadows off, but I decided that everything else is as low as it can be. I would like to have at least shadows. Make it look a little nice. No, kitten, this is my sandwich. You are not allowed to have it. Okay, so let us click new. Yes. And Bailey also has a walkthrough open in case I get confused, because as we have seen,
Go away, you swine. Leave,
things
or
are
I'll
weird.
make
Also,
you
there's a
bleed.
cutscene, Bailey.
These all came from the swamps. Could be toting contraband.
These things.
Help me!
I remember the creepy guy that was popping up earlier, but now it's all just Cthulhu.
Blood.
Blood.
I beg of you, Holmes! Today! Relive!
I don't know what language that is, but okay.
Oh, no.
Cthulhu uses
No.
a certain language. I can't remember what though.
It can't end like this.
Oh no. We're so early on, they don't even have mouth
Again,
flaps
this
yet.
nightmare haunts me. It won't let me forget.
Unless this is just in his mind.
How did this all begin?
I can tell that this is an earlier game, though, just because I feel like these animations are not as fluid.
Oh god, no. This is not as good as the explosions.
The explosion they spent all their budget on.
Yeah.
There's probably not going to be a gondola ride in this one. A Sherlock Holmes adventure. Yes, quite. The Awakened. Well, I can tell you that they got the rights or made this one violin song and use it throughout their entire series. 2 years ago, London, 6th September 1894. Which means that it is, like, 2 years before one of the games, and I think 4 years before the other one. I don't remember exactly which was which. I don't know, just random information I'd like to throw out there. Also, this background music is kind of quiet as fuck right now, in comparison to the menu screen. Oh boy, we've slowly strolled down the neighborhood. Hello, Sherlock.
Any wrinkles?
Good morning.
So,
Holmes. Looks like a typical London day. Fog in the morning, fog in the afternoon. Ah, and here's a surprise, fog in the evening.
Good morning, Watson.
Can you imagine? I have been at it since 5 a.m.
Lord, that is a
and
wall
I
of
scarcely
text.
think my list of
It is.
appointments for the day has even been touched. What is more insufferable, I haven't even had a moment with the morning paper. They say the minister will assuredly...
Same voice actor for
Holmes, whatever is
for
the matter?
Watson.
You haven't
Watson
heard a
sounds
word I have
similar.
said.
I need Sherlock to speak more.
It is the tedium, my dear Watson. Life is...
He sounds more
papers are
agitated.
lifeless. Any hint of audacity, and dare I say romances...
He said the
vanish from
audacity.
Holmes, it is only temporary.
Dear
You
Lord
know perfectly
Watson,
well
stop
that
rambling.
sooner or later an exceptional incident will occur in London or thereabout.
Oh, you know what I just
Till
realized?
the talents of Sherlock Holmes are called into play.
I'll wait until the end of this
Then
cutscene.
it will be up to your agile wit to set things right, which should satisfy your constant need for mental gymnastics.
I hope the heavens hear your words, Watson. I hope they do indeed.
My
I must
god.
take my leave, Holmes. I have an appointment
The
with
long
the
cut.
odious
It is the longest
Captain
text.
Cynic.
Just wait till the end of this
In a
cutscene.
state with near tachycardia due to some problem involving his manservant. Why don't you get out for a brisk
Read a
walk,
book.
Holmes? Perhaps buy a newspaper or visit that fellow, Barnes, over on Glentworth Street. You might remember him, the bookseller. He has some new volumes of the particular sort that should occupy your mind for a time.
Necronomicon.
Alright, so I have an idea, and I have something, a revelation, once this
Yeah.
cutscene is over. There we go. Oh, maybe? Okay. Oh, yes.
Here.
Do I have to be in third person, or what was the change to first person button? Controls.
Girl.
I need the change to first person button, because I would definitely prefer... Ew, why is run caps lock? Give me shift. Previous item is... Why is it that? Can I just, like... No, I can't scroll. Cool. I'll use up arrow. Down arrow. Open and close inventory with I, that makes sense. E for dialogues? Okay.
E
Yent.
doesn't make sense. That's usually the
I'll,
action button.
I can't spacebar!
That's stupid.
That's sad. And reports and documents I never actually open. I always just open the inventory and then click the one I need. So, and apparently map is fucking C. No, I'm gonna make it M for map.
No, right? It's not the button that changes your perspective.
Yeah, I don't see a perspective button.
Well, I guess we're screwed into, you know.
I mean, so the revelation that I had was that, so you know how I said in Jack the Ripper they had long as fuck journal articles that I had to read?
You know.
Something tells me this game was made before they changed it in the Testament of.
Oh shit.
So something tells me I have long as fuck paragraphs if anything Watson had to say tells me about that.
No. Watson decide to literally unload everything.
Because I know in Jack the Ripper that there was a third-person clicky-clicky version and a first-person not-so-clicky-clicky version. And I guess they that was a new edition, so this is before the times of first-person. So let's look at this thing. Oh, and also, apparently I just got myself some nice matches.
And a knife.
Knifka. I mean, I can't go... I'm not Sherlock without a knife, right?
You're always... Every single game of Sherlock we've played together, he always has a knife and matches, but do we ever use it? Probably not.
Well, I did break it in the last one. The knife. But I was gonna say in the cutscene where Watson was talking just now, he said, "Oh yes, you should go visit what's his nuts on Gwyneth Street because he's a bookkeeper. Yes, he has new books." And I was like, well, Bailey was telling us not to read that one book. Something tells me I'm gonna buy this book and go exactly to do the thing Bailey said not to do.
Do not buy the Necronomicon.
Also, it looks like spacebar doesn't do anything with so they don't have the investigate button like they used to. So there's not going to be a noise in the corner frequently. Oh my god. I feel like I'm playing fucking Tomb Raider 1 or 2.
You redecorated.
I mean, these just need to slide down a little bit. And also they need to bust this wall out some so there's space for Toby. And also turn this table a little bit. And also get rid of the pink on this sofa. Why is it pink? We have cushions. Okay, cool.
It was a fort.
Okay, so I wanted to point out that I have like a weird Ouija board on the back of my hand. You put it to where people can see it. You see the little Ouija board on the back of my hand?
Oh, fuck is that? That's not a Ouija board?
I don't know. I want to call it a Wega board, though.
A Wega board.
A Luigi board. You know, at least there's two things that have stayed constant, though, Bailey. I may have lost all of my bookshelves, but I still have the sniper rifle and the harpoon from Black Peter. I wonder if Black Peter was one of their first games, and so they've just kept it.
The painting on the wall is Reichenbach balls, by the way.
Okay, so that one's also the same. Oh, and his clock, and then I assume one of these is a knife with letters, but I can't quite tell. Kind of looks like they're just candles.
They're just candlesticks.
I can't tell if this little rectangle here is the random minstrel slipper. Is not menstrual. Anywho, so apparently I can't go in my room, so let's go and say hi to Watson.
Watson just leave?
I don't know, but I'm going in his room.
Also, there's better frames on the stream than on Discord.
LOL. I mean, the only difference is that the stream will be like 30 seconds behind, potentially.
I'm just saying that it's way smoother on...
I mean, that's good, though. That just means that it's going really well.
Yes.
I mean, I understand.
You know.
Yeah. I was going to say, I understand that I put all of my settings at low, but I don't feel like if I put them at max, it would really change a whole lot. And I don't get to do that. And my door doesn't do anything right. Okay, so just going straight to the bookstore. Cool, I'm glad that you gave me the option.
Please do not buy the Necronomicon, please.
But I found it under the end section. Ooh, a potted plant! I finally get to see outside of our apartment. That's fun.
Good.
How exciting! Also, apparently, even though I changed my pointer, it is, in fact, still me holding a thing.
The strand! The strand! Boy, the strand!
His voice. The strand, by the strand.
She's very lovely animated.
Oh boy. Alright, let's see. Hello, my child. Oh, hi, my child! How are you? I thought I was gonna say hi. Where?
The stream can't see that because it's behind my face, but oh my god.
Strand, strand, by the
He's
strand.
literally like
So,
right on top of
What
him,
is the news?
looking down.
Thanks for the great detective, sir. Those old stuff shirts they depart for London at their big scientifical to-do, and some Scandinavia princess is driving the locals wild with curiosity.
A Scandinavian royal is in London? If you and the lads can look sharp and find out more about her visit, there will be some coin for your pockets.
Righto, Mr. Holmes. If there's aught to be found, the irregulars will have it. I'll send the words out to
The irregulars.
Mm-hmm.
We tried watching that series on Netflix. I'm still
It is
trying.
necessary to keep
I
your
liked it.
performance in fighting form.
I'm working on it.
Oh, look. Stuff. And also a text message. Get out of here. So, I see that my background is a little bit more blue than normal. So that's interesting.
It's a tentacle off to the right.
So I think that Sherlock's voice right now is just a little less refined than his old one. And the irregular boy has a very bad accent. And a bad voice in to begin with, but... Alright. So, on the 6th, I forget what I said today was. Did I say it was it the 7th, or was it like the 11th, or what the fuck was today? Was it the 6th? I don't fucking remember now.
That's just today's newspaper.
I couldn't remember. I felt like it was past the 6th for some reason. Anywho, yesterday, at the Academy of Sciences, a sumptuous dinner. Why is that the word you're using? Sumptuous? Sumptuous. Surreptitious. Dinner was held for distinguished members of the British scientific community. A central figure at the festivities was astronomer D. Sullivan. This brilliant scientist shocked the world, colleagues, and even continental rivals with his discovery of an upcoming and rare celestial alignment of 7 stars. The spacing for this paragraph is atrocious, in my opinion.
It's actually,
I mean, it's justified, but...
No, it's using one, like, setup where it, like, makes sure that all of the sentences end.
Yeah, that's justified. But I feel like if they had just, like, put the font down just a little bit, it would have made it where there wasn't only 2 words for an entire line.
No, I can't remember what that.
It's called justified.
It is called Justified?
Yeah. Control-Shift-E.
I didn't realize that was its name. I thought it was something else. I don't use that very often, so I don't use it at all.
I liked it in high school because it made my paper look longer. It made it look more densely packed. But like the giant spaces and then like literally no spaces between the alignment of 7 just make my eyes annoyed. But I like that they didn't use 6-point font, so I can actually read it, so that's nice. Alright, so Sullivan has calculated this event will occur in December, sometime within the next few weeks. This unique conjunction, it throws me off with these large words in the middle of an... I feel like a lot of the people who'd be reading The Strand would not be smart enough to know a lot of these sentences. Use smaller words, come on. Sherlock Holmes is the only smart person who can understand what The Strand is saying.
That's why those words are in The Strand, because this is a Sherlock Holmes game.
Yeah, but I'm not the entire population. As it is called in astronomical terms, will be barely visible to the eye. Sorry, that was not the way I was expecting that sentence to go. Detailed observation will require special optical equipment, which only the Academy has in its possession. Even with the equipment, Professor Sullivan noted that coordinations must favor a proper viewing of the stars. He took great pleasure in adding that this celestial event will provide an unexpected boon for expert stargazers. The alignment will reveal an 8th star ordinarily concealed by its neighbors and whose existence has never been clearly established. The relation that Fomalmoft, as it is called in the ancient texts, might finally be observed, had to be the cause of the audience's excited shouts, ... unless it was the presentation of desert at the same moment. Or desert, I should say. I can't quite tell you, Bailey, if the crowd was excited about the interesting astronomy finds, or just the fact that they brought out cake.
Cake. So hold on. They're talking about the planets. So
Okay. What about it?
Trying to find out which one that they're talking about discovering.
I don't know. They have...
Which is weird.
It's never been clearly established, so I don't know. I mean, did you look at what full mount is?
Well, that one.
Oh, Also, do you know how I can tell that this is an American game made for an English game? This date. Or is that right? Am I confusing it now? Which month was I in?
September 6th.
Huh?
It's September 6th,
Okay.
1994.
For a second, my brain was like, did they write that backwards? Okay, well, they at least got that right. All right, you ready for me to continue? I will take another bite of my sandwich.
Just weird that they're talking about like the 8 stars aligning because the only stars that move in our sky are our planets.
Don't ask me, bro.
And the fact that they're calling it Fulmahalt, which hadn't been discovered at the time.
I mean,
Trying to find its discovery date.
technically right here it's saying that it was a revelation that the Fulmahalt would finally be observed, which means that they had given a name to it before ever having seen that it exists.
It wasn't discovered until 2008.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really far off.
That's why I think it's a misname which is also weird because the 8th planet
Mm-hmm.
was Neptune. And it was discovered 50 years prior. So I'm very confused about this. I'm trying to figure out what event they're talking about.
I'm sure we'll find out, but it also has something to do with Cathulu, so.
It's something to do with Cthulhu, but I'm trying to see what like the actual basis behind it was, seeing as Formhalt was a complete and utter fuck up on their part.
What I'm assuming is that the one planet, the 9th or the 8th or whatever the fuck number it was, the 8th one, will come out of hiding, and that's Cthulhu's home. He's just gonna be like, I see you, yes. He's gonna come out of hiding, because he is the planet. I don't know. Cthulhu logic, you know? Alright. I'm gonna continue reading now, assuming that I can.
They sort of knew about it, but it was never like officially discovered until 2008.
Gotcha. Alright, so strange disappearance.
In 1894.
The recent visit of the Swedish princess Ilder will be remembered as yet another unfortunate event in a series of mishaps related to the scandal-plagued princess. We can only hope that regulations between our countries will survive the strain. Among the worst of the incidents was the extraordinary affair with the chocolate up. That, which readers may call, led to the dismissal of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The British diplomatic corps have been further embarrassed by the recent mysterious disappearance of the Scandinavian princess' personal bodyguard. This member of her inner circle visited our fair city during the spare time and never returned from his late-night promenade. The police have the greatest confidence that their inquiry will be successful, as the missing man is a striking representative of Scandinavian race, and should have been noted during his visits with the fair nightingales at the gentlemen's clubs about the towns and the Covent Gardens. Deceased! It is with great sadness that the Northern Lighthouse Board announces the loss of their faithful employee, Matthias Furston. Due to an unfortunate accident, Minister Furston had the security guard at the lighthouse for the last 23 years, and his demise came as... What?
How many pages? This is 4 pages already.
Hey, I told you this is a reading simulator. That's all the Sherlock games are. Yes, Mother?
Just letting you know we're here.
I know. Blah, blah, blah. Where was I? To all who knew him, according to tradition, the position will stay within his family, and his nephew, Bart, recently returned from India, will take over the responsibilities of the lighthouse. We bid farewell to Matthias, extend sympathies to his family, and wish all the best to young Bart. Now on to strange fish. The day before yesterday, the bargemen notified the river about the strange jellyfish floating in the Thames. The watch searched the dark waters and to their shock, spotted what appeared to have been a human scalp. Pardon? Upon closer investigation, it proved to be a wig. Congratulations, you're dumb. Re-dyed in a bright red. According to the label embroidered on the wig's scalp cap, it was the property of a well-known local theatrical company. Unfortunately, the company is said to have fallen into a sound state. Its reputation is rapidly dwindling, and its actors allegedly have been taken on to alcoholic beverages. Like most adults take on to the adult beverages. Let's laugh a bit. That was a lot of weird, heavy stuff. Let's laugh. A man enters a butcher shop. The proprietor, a man of declining years, is cutting at the joint of beef. The customer is stunned to realize that the butcher is missing several fingers on his left hand. The butcher, seeing a shocked look on his customer's face, says in a shaking voice, she looking. I tell you, I always like to put a bit of myself into the work, but with my age, I'm a lot less handy. Anyway,
No.
that was, yes. Anyway, Dr. A. Latosis, licorice, resin, strong gum. Does this sound familiar? No. Your wife has fled with a coachman from the neighborhood. Wow, my wife, she left me. Your 8th canary has just expired, and even your plants die when you draw near. Yes, you are death. The living embodiment of death. These are all familiar signs of Maldorant, Duran, mouth vapors, commonly known as foul breath. But what to do to enjoy the healthy pleasures of the bachelorhood while keeping enough money to stay in the boonies? Yes. Dr. A. Letosis presented resin strong gum is your hope for a better life. Based on the secret formulation of licorice, molasses, and resin delicacies extracted from the Japanese firs, the Scapholapis entertapis, this natural gum settles on the teeth, keeping the mouth neatly closed. What the fuck? Filtering the breath and giving it a nice aroma. Stop those rude sniggers. Pardon. You'll have a smart smile thanks to Resin Strong. 1 shilling for 3 boxes. Resin Strong. Find your smile.
There's a pun in that ad, by the way.
I assume. What?
Dr. A. Letosis?
Yeah.
Halitosis is the actual term for bad breath.
Oh, that's funny. I wouldn't have known that.
I was trying to find it that it was called halitosis.
That's funny. But also when it said that it settles on the teeth, it made me think that it was like either going to just keep my jaw closed or it was literally just going to coat all of my teeth. And that just sounds disgusting.
In 1854, by Listerine, but only became commonly used in the 1920s.
How interesting.
Yep. Dr. A. Letosis. That's so fucking funny.
That's funny. All right. Daring thefts. From our reporter on the continent? Okay. Last week, daring burglars struck several prominent hotels in private estates around Paris. The identity of the victims, as well as the nature of the stolen jewelry, is a closely guarded secret by local authorities, but we will tell you that it was jewelry that was stolen. However, it is common knowledge that the victims were among the elite registry, and the value of the stolen articles is said to be staggering. A servant of one of the hardest hit, those famous name we shall not mention, let slip a rather curious detail about these robberies. It seems that the thief left a mysterious calling card inscribed only with the initials OW in place of a purloined gems. This is one cheeky bastard, to be sure. The Paris authorities are not releasing any additional details, though we will pursue our own sources to get the facts on these remarkable crimes. TBC. Cool.
And Letosis stole something.
First person perspective.
How'd you manage that?
First person perspective.
How'd you manage that?
It was in... It's in the bottom.
Oh.
It's not a toggle through my keyboard. It is a toggle through my menu.
Hey, look, there's your cursor thingy.
Yeah, I don't really know if I like it or not, but there's my cursor thing.
Interesting looking.
Okay, cool. And so I can use my spacebar. It's just not loud and obnoxious like in the Testament of. Okay, so I can go back in, or I can go fucks with this, even though when I tried doing that before I talked to the child that I absorbed, he said he didn't want to go over there. So, the wheel or the back?
I have no reason to go there.
No reason to go there.
I have no reason to go there.
What?
How am I going to get to the bookshop if I...
I have no reason to go...
Hey you, sir!
I have no reason to go there.
Fuck, no. Alright. Also, my run doesn't seem to do a whole lot. It's a toggle, that's why. Hello, sir.
Pardon me, I'm looking for the Barnes bookshop. Would you happen to know it?
I know the place, know it well, Mr. Holmes. The bookshop is on Glentworth Street. Take your first right and then the next left, and you'll find it straight away.
Left.
Alright, and then a left. What does that say? Macomb Street.
Turn left.
Hey there, woman.
My respects, Miss Fleming.
Good day, Mr.
Fleming.
Holmes.
Selling her circles on sticks.
Don't you just love circles on sticks? Looks so nice. Ah, yes, the Barnes bookseller. And judging by the outside, it looks the exact same as in Jack the Ripper. They use the exact same bookshelves. I mean, it saves them time. Seeing as it was only in that game for half a second for me to identify swamp water
Good morning, Mr.
perfume.
Holmes. How are you? I have some new novels that should interest you. A nice illustrated volume on fish and a collection of legends on piracy. They must be here somewhere.
My lord, I need to turn the voices up. It is quiet as fuck. Voices! Go up. No, not new. I hate that new is the top one. Sure, let's go ahead and save. Yes, it's been half a second. Let's go ahead. Hello, sir.
So, the stream still is looking really good. It hasn't lagged.
It's good, it's good.
What can I do for you, Mr. Holmes?
Absolutely nothing, apparently. Cool. I would like to look at your plant. It's dying. How dare you? You're literally right next to it. Take care of
Those
it.
flowers need watering.
They sure do. They also need a stick to keep them afloat because their branches are broken now.
The lady
Okay.
on the corner, she has circles and sticks.
That's true. Do you need us? Can tidy that up real quick.
Oh my
Appears to be a
goodness,
trace of shoe
your
leather.
movement
Did
is
somebody
so
fall?
jagged on Discord, but it's so
By the way,
smooth
Barnes,
on
before some
Twitch.
misfortune befalls you, I am quite certain Miss Fleming, the flower
Hey!
saleswoman, would prefer chocolates to a fractured bone.
But
We know
how
her.
could you know that? Indeed, even she. I mean, I told no one about this. Other than Dr. Watson, that is. Oh, I see now how it goes.
Not at all. Watson would never reveal a confidential matter of professional trust.
save this
He did,
branch
however,
because
mention
it's
your fine
so
shop and your
fucking good.
novelties. Knowing his views on classical literature, I doubt there would be any inducement to enter your shop unless it was professional business. What would trouble a man of your age and position, sufficient to require the services of a doctor? I noticed trace of shoe leather on the stepladder and deduced that you no doubt lost your balance, fell, and likely suffered a nasty sprain. As for the flowers, you deliberately let them die and left this sad display open to the public, hoping no doubt that their supplier would notice and take great efforts to come and replace them. Also, I know Miss Fleming to be a statuesque woman, so typical of the Scandinavians. I noted that you would likely wear shoes with a higher heel, so that you and Miss Fleming, should she arrive, see more eye to eye. Unfortunately, climbing about on
Sherlock, you're
ladders and
talking
the
this-
like in
this
such
guy's ear
shoes
off.
is a risky business, isn't
He
it?
is, but it's okay. The other guy's
Indeed,
smiling.
it is, Mr. Holmes.
Believe me, Barnes, try chocolates next time. And besides, it requires a bit more than well-heeled shoes to find a proper soulmate. Don't you agree?
Oh my god, this Sherlock just ripped him a new one.
Yeah. Sherlock, rude.
Sherlock's like, I've been in here 2 seconds and I can already tell you're in love with the woman. I can already tell.
Terrible issues. Where's my book?
Okay, so I can look at that book. I will gander around for a second.
That looked like a tooth from a certain angle, but it's apparently an elephant thing
Yeah.
on its back.
Yeah, I walk really quickly because my shift is a toggle,
Mm.
so it throws me off. I don't need to run in this tiny bookshop, so let's see. It looks like it says 5Q1.
A book about sea fauna.
Okay. We got a lane slapper, a silver sea trout, a red drum, which is apparently yellow. You'd think that one would be the red drum. Got a Spanish sardine, perch. Hey, I know a perch. For many things. Got a red porgy. Okay, I don't know why I wanted to know about that, but cool, thanks. Thank you for letting me know. I'm very happy that I know about
God,
that.
this is so disorienting right now. Oh my god.
Sorry.
It's like
Miss
it's like
Fleming.
about like 20 frames, and on Twitch it's like the perfect 30.
Gotcha. I see. Well, I mean, yeah, it looks...
smooth on Twitch, but it's like choppy on Discord. It's so fucking weird.
Alright, well, I grabbed a book about fish for some reason. Now I guess I'm gonna go talk to Miss Fleming and tell her that she has an admirer.
At least we don't have to deal with the Necronomicon bookstore unless
My respect, Miss
Necronomicon is
Fleming.
in the back of that fish book.
Okay, I guess I'm not gonna go and tell her about it. Can I cut up his pot? I have a knife. I would like to try and cut up your pot, just because I want to. Oh, I cannot. Can I light it on fire? No. Okay.
Pyromaniac, we are.
Miss.
Fleming.
Yeah, he said that a second ago while you were talking. It's not... I don't see anything else to do in here. Can I open this door? No? Okay, cool. Oh, there's a book over here. And it has a skull on the cover, so that looks promising. That looks promising.
Ah, the pirate's book.
It's a pirate's book. Okay. Blank. Who pretended to be the lover of his brother-in-law. We now close this chapter on the cruise of the famous pirates. The most terrible of the lot. The dreaded sharks of Magrinty. Never before has one band of seafaring men had as many abominable and bloody crimes to their foul credit, as McGinty and his sharks. To fully list their atrocities would likely require a dozen dedicated volumes. McGrinty himself is regarded by experts as a psychopath and a deviant. In spite of his indisputable seafaring skills and qualities as a leader, his refusal to give any of... What?
Okay.
It's fine. To give any quarter to those who surrendered is well documented. In particular, his preference for dispatching the unfortunate survivors by either slicing them to ribbons or performing slow evisceration. There is also his well-known unnatural attraction to the dead men of the cloth, which is supported by the numerous witnesses' statements. Clearly a man of profane appetites with disregard for all humanity, because he likes to have sex with the dead pope. In recent years, his depraved reputation has faded from public awareness, and younger generations know McGrinty primarily from the romantic tales of the infamous lost treasure. And the interest is well-based, as McGrinty's treasure cache is estimated by the Royal Navy registers as one of the richest of its kind. Gold, precious stones, jewelry, works of art are but some of the richest taken from vanquished ships by this pirate lord and his crew. I feel like, depending on the work of art, having that on a boat's not the best idea.
Yeah.
Especially for these olden time boats. It's just gonna get ruined, I feel. The biggest mystery is the whereabouts of the fabled booty. No trace of it has surfaced in these long years. Nary a gold coin or a scrap of cloth. History tells us... Oh my god. With very little about the fate of both of the treasure and the Spencer captain screw. There's one report that hints at the hiding of the place of McGrinty's lost riches, though it's dubious quality, on November 1801, near the west coast of Scotland. The crew of a fishing boat witnessed the battle between the pirate horde and another ship. McGrinty was the victor and boarded and vanquished the ship, which was laden with rum and molasses for the new continent. It still got content. The fishermen then observed the pirates sailing back to the coastal waters, being sore and afraid. They took back to the sea as quickly as possible. From that day, there was little word of McGrinty and his sharks. There were outlandish tales of the devil coming to claim his due, taking hold of McGrinty's vessel, the vampire, and turning the vampire
Okay.
and turning it into a ghost ship. McGrinty and his crew were never to be seen again. But there are those who swear they saw the ghostly vampire ship being captured by the crew of the undead. Other rumors surfaced over time, and they are, as they seem, even more preposterous and deemed unworthy of mention. The only credible account of McGrinty's hiding place comes from the opposed vampire crewman taken prisoner during one of the McGrinty's last known battles of the Queen's own navy. Unfortunately, McGrinty and his own ship and the rest of his men escaped once again and vanished to the paths of the unknown. The captured brigand bartered for his skin and promised to tell the captain about McGrinty's hiding place along the Scottish coast. He spoke of tunnels hiding entries from the sea and the earth and means to gaining entrance to one of them. To one of them. According to those present, he uttered those peculiar words, "From the middle of the 3 throwing mouths, 30 steps towards the ram." He refused to say more unless he granted immediately safe conduct from the nearest port and released. This arrogance cost him his head. No account was given to his last words. They were deemed self-purposing lies, and the village desperate as there with its final justice. Here we go. Cool, I'm glad that I read that. Okay, so I can talk to him again. Are there any more books that I missed? I don't see any. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to you. Do you have anything to say about McGrinty?
Thank you, and goodbye, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to know about McGrinty and fish. Thank you, goodbye.